just got a text that someone's watching us live on YouTube.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Yeah. All right, we're here. We're live. The show has begun. Hey, everybody. I want to welcome you to our annual celebration and auction. This is our Dog Smile Adventures big event of the year. And we're just so happy that you guys all took the time to be here tonight. We've got a pretty awesome thing happening, big night planned. The idea is to celebrate season 2. Um, it's been an incredible year. We've had so much sailing and so much success and so much growth with the program happening, and I can't wait to share it all with you guys tonight. A little bit of housekeeping about how this thing works. So throughout the show tonight, we'll have a live chat going, and we'd love it if you all would check in. So please tell us who you are and where you are, and if you've been out sailing with Dog Smile or how you're connected or anything like that. We'd love to see that chat going. We'd love to see everybody check in. So please do that. And also, if you have any sort of technical issue or have a question, post it in the chat, and we'll get right back to you as soon as we see it. Um, Otherwise, you can make a donation, and you can. Sorry, my phone's exploding right now. You can make a donation. You can bid on auction items. The auction is live right now and will close at 7:30 p.m. sharp. The donations are happening. We also have some merch for sale. So we've got these awesome race jerseys that are tons of local sponsors that we'll shout out to here very soon. The jerseys are for sale at the event tonight only. Here's what I'll tell you. If your size runs out, that's okay. Send us a message and I'll get you a shirt. And so if you make the $100 donation, so if your size isn't there, just make $100 donation and put the size of shirt you want, and I'll make sure you get a shirt. So if you're here tonight and you want a jersey, you're gonna get one. All right. So next thing that's happening is I want to get us ready for our first video. The first video that we're going to show tonight is our new program overview. And this is just a general description of what Dog Smile Adventures is. And as I was making this video, it was really a nostalgic kind of experience for me. Because I remember when we made the original program overview video, that was the fall of 2020, when Dog Smile Adventures was literally an idea. We had no organization, no website, no nothing yet. And when we made that first video of what is Dog Smile Adventures, what's it going to be, and to join us, and what's happened between the fall of 2020 and now the fall of 2022 is really just hard for me to even describe. It's been so incredible. The program has grown so much. In season 1, summer 2021, I sailed about 80 days, which I was the most days I've ever sailed in a summer of my life. And it was incredible. And we had our celebration last year here online with all of you, and we were overwhelmed by the response. And I'll tell you what, we took that money this year and we really ran with it. This summer, we doubled the impact from season 1, and I sailed 125 days, which was a marathon of therapy and healing and awesomeness out up here on Lake Pend Oreille and Lake Coeur d'Alene. It really took off. I get to sail with all kinds of people, and that's what means the most to me. And it's the root of this thing is that therapeutic sailing is for everybody. Everyone who goes out on a boat has the potential to feel a little bit better than they did before they got on the boat. And that's what it's all about. And so thank you to those of you who have purchased lessons and boat rides from us, the folks that have bid on our donations that we've made to all the other local charities in the area. Thank you to all the organized groups, the veterans, the specialized needs recreation groups, everyone that's come out. It's been absolutely amazing. And I just can't wait to share this video with all of you. Um, Watching this program evolve since the fall of 2020, when we shot the first film, has been the highlight of my life. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. Enjoy the next video. Dog Smile Adventures is a therapeutic sailing program. Our mission is to provide healing and discovery through sailing adventures. We focus on under-resourced populations, such as veterans, youth, those struggling with drug and alcohol abuse, domestic violence, or physical or mental disabilities. But in reality, therapeutic sailing is for everyone. Since our inception in the fall of 2020, we've had over 300 participants experience therapeutic sailing through Dog Smile Adventures. We operate here in beautiful Lake Pend Oreille in the panhandle of Idaho. We offer 3 types of programs. The first program is what we call Discover Sailing. Just come out and see what it's like. No expectations, no pressure. Our second style of program is a sailing lesson. I've been teaching sailing for a long time, and it's one of my favorite things to teach. Sailing is very dynamic. There's a lot to it. It takes years to master. And so when we do a lesson, everyone's busy. I'll engage everyone on the crew, and this takes no experience beforehand. You can just come out and give it a try. Everyone will get a job, and each day you come out, you get a little better at it, and maybe someday you'll be able to sail your own boat after a few lessons with Dog Smile. Our third style of program is our racing program. And sailboat racing has become one of the biggest parts of Dog Smile Adventures. Racing sailboats is very difficult, it's very challenging to be good at, and it's also just a lot of fun. Our motto is be kind and go fast. And it's in that order. What I've noticed over the years is when we run a happy boat, we just get faster. And I think that culture on the boat really translates well to how we all walk the earth and give each other a break and give ourselves a break. We do it on the race boat, and I think we'll do it on the street and do it in our lives. There are several ways to get involved with Dog Smile Adventures. You can join a program, you can buy a boat ride, you can volunteer, or you can donate. If you want to join a program, such as Discover Sailing, Sailing Lessons, or the race team, you can go to our website and fill out the information form, and I'll figure out what program you want and get you plugged right in. Another way you can get involved with Dog Smile is to buy a boat ride. So if you think of it as you get to buy a trip and go sailing, but you also get to know that there's somebody else in this community who's gonna go sailing because you went sailing. It's my favorite part of the program, the fact that you can buy these trips for people and also support me giving away programs to those under-resourced populations in our community. All those people get to go sailing for free. And the way that we do that is by other people buying boat rides, people buying lessons, people buying Discover Sailing, sunset sails. That's how I make it happen. Another way to get involved with Dog Smile Adventures is to volunteer with one of our programs. I always need help. When you volunteer with Dog Smile, you get to be a part of the mission. I want everybody that comes into contact with this program to really feel the power of therapeutic sailing. So whether you're taking photos for us, or you're helping with the books, or you're down there working on the beach helping kids launch boats, it doesn't matter. I want to make sure that everybody connects with the mission. And when you connect with this mission, you feel better. And that's a nice benefit of volunteering with our program. Another way that you can support us is with a financial donation. It's always hard for me to ask for money, but the reality is that we need funding. If you make a donation to this program, you know that you are a part of providing boating experiences for people who would not be sailing otherwise. We're out here almost every day with people on boats, and it makes me so happy, and I'm very proud of the effort that I've put in, and my board of directors, all the volunteers, everyone that's donated money and been a part of this program somehow. It's really touched a lot of lives and will continue to touch more lives as we go on and we continue to improve and find new collaborations and new populations to work with. I really don't think there's anybody who wouldn't benefit from a little time on a sailboat. And I'm going to try to give that experience to as many people as I can.
Good evening, everybody. I am Katie Linder, a proud board member of Dog Smile Adventures. It's so lovely to be here with you all tonight. I have been a board member with Dog Smile since its inception 2 years ago, so it's a little surreal tonight to be here at the end of season 2, celebrating just a monster season. As you heard John speak to the numbers we did last year, and as you saw on the transition slide there, I cannot believe we doubled our impact and we're able to partner up with some amazing organizations who you will hear about later in this program as well. I am here tonight to pump you up on the auction. As someone very near and dear to me once said, spend your money on experiences, not things. And I have tried to hold that close to my heart for my whole life. And I think it's wise advice. So tonight, if you can imagine, all of our amazing live auctions are going right now, and there is some fierce bidding already happening. So if you have your eye on a prize, get in there and don't be afraid to click that bid button. We have centered all of the experiences around boating and water, if you can imagine how appropriate. And there are just some amazing experiences for you all to go on. We've got San Juan sailing for a week. We have 2 auction items for the private yacht Sizzler on beautiful Lake Coeur d'Alene, which is sort of a once in a lifetime experience. And this year we have added 2 very warm trips, which I am thinking of right now since it is a blizzard outside here in North Idaho. And those are in the Sea of Cortez in Mexico. So these are all amazing adventures. There's more. We've even got a float house stay and sail in beautiful Bayview, Idaho, here on Lake Pend Oreille, and a private sail and dinner charter out of Hope here on Lake Pend Oreille as well. And who could forget a super fun stay at the Coeur d'Alene Resort, along with a sailing adventure or surf boat. Excuse me. Send some love out. We have amazingly doubled our impact, and the sky is just the limit here. We have seen firsthand how this has impacted several organizations, people just getting on boats to feel better and get out in nature. And I know that is something I personally connect with. In this chaotic world, I find a lot of peace and solace in nature any way I can. And getting out on that boat with no motors and just the wind in your sails and floating on that water, there's something magic out there. So welcome to all of you tonight. Thank you so much. Let's get those bids going. Appreciate you all being here. We feel the love and support. I've been working the chat. I see you from all over, which is so inspiring. East Coast, West Coast. I'm sure there's someone on an airplane like last year chatting in. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you later this program. Thank you. Enjoy this next slide, and then there will be a short video.
Cloud9 Sail Charters is offering a 3-hour sailing adventure for up to 6 people on a mutually agreed upon date in 2023. Cloud9 is a 29-foot sloop rig sailboat at Hope Marina near the floating restaurant on Lake Pend Oreille. The boat has a full cabin, kitchen, bathroom, and cockpit with professional captain and crew. You can spend your time aboard actively helping sail the boat or just relaxing amid gorgeous surroundings. Stay and play on Lake Coeur d'Alene this summer. Ride glassy wakes to your heart's content with the friendly, experienced crew at Action Sports Rentals with a licensed captain and a wake instructor. You can enjoy the water stress-free in a safe and comfortable learning environment for all ages. Then relax in style in a luxury lakeview room at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. It's an exciting way to enjoy the ultimate lake experience. Enjoy the charms of Bayview, Idaho, with a 2-night stay in an iconic floating home paired with a private sail. This beautifully restored float house is the perfect escape, and it gets even better when Captain John Totten stops in to pick up you and your guests on the Dog Smile, a fast and fun J105 sailboat for a romp across gorgeous Lake Pend Oreille. Generously sponsored by Mary Sanderson, this package is available for up to 6 guests all summer long by prior reservation, excluding the holiday weekends of Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. This enjoyable Bayview stay and sail makes an ideal romantic getaway, a friend's trip for up to 6 guests, or a family summer adventure. Here's your chance for your own Bayview floating cabin and boat ride. Take a week-long sailing trip through the incredible San Juan Islands with Captain John Totten as your guide. This package for up to 4 guests takes in all the best parts of this world-renowned cruising destination, rich with wildlife, scenery, ports of call, and wild places. Captain John Totten has sailed these waters for years and knows how to deliver the very best experience in a place sailors consistently rave about. With this trip, you can support therapeutic sailing while you bring an incredible bucket list item to life. Dog Smile Adventures invites you to set sail on the legendary 60-foot Sizzler for an unforgettable evening on Lake Coeur d'Alene. Sponsored by Hagedon Hospitality, this package for up to 8 lucky people includes sailing in the summer sunshine, a waterfront dinner, and sensational night sailing under the moon and stars. Your captain and hostess will host you in style on a date of your choice in July or August, where you can relax or take the helm, with plenty of photos to remember this epic adventure. Sizzler is a private yacht, and this is a rare experience to get aboard for a first-class family outing, special occasion celebration, or business event. Whatever the occasion, a sail on Sizzler will be a night to remember. Enjoy a week-long live-aboard sailing trip with Captain John Totten aboard Liberté, a 36-foot Beneteau in the beautiful waters of sunny Mexico. Your trip originates and ends in La Paz on the Baja Peninsula. Itinerary includes the stunning waters and desert islands of the Sea of Cortez, with plentiful wildlife including dolphins, manta rays, sea lions, and whale sharks. Package includes boat, skipper, and all the dog smiles you can handle along the way. Enjoy a week-long live-aboard sailing trip with Captain John Totten in spectacular Pacific Mexico aboard Liberté, a 36-foot Beneteau. The Happy Coast, or Costa Alegre, adventure is a one-way harbor hop down the charming coastline from Puerto Vallarta south to Manzanillo. Beautiful beaches, interesting anchorages, and delicious tacos, along with plenty of sunshine and often a whale sighting or two. It's the sailing trip of a lifetime. Well, ahoy. Good evening. This is Captain David Kilmer, and I'm feeling mighty grateful tonight. I'm pretty grateful to be here with all of you and this great Dog Smile community. I must say that I'm also feeling very comfy in my brand new Team Dog Smile jersey. Check out the back. Thank you to every one of our sponsors that helped support the jersey. And our racing team is going to be looking especially sharp this coming season. We've had some questions about how you buy a jersey. And I want to tell you that on our One Cause site, if you go over to the left-hand side and you look down near the bottom of the screen, at the bottom of that menu, you will find a, Kate, is it gear? What are we looking for? Yeah, Dog Smile gear. So find that Dog Smile gear, click on that, and you will see some sweet jerseys. Captain John reminds me that if you don't find your size for some reason, we will make sure that you get a jersey. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to ask you to make your $100 donation by way of the One Cause website, and then just indicate that you would like a jersey, and we will expedite one to you. I got to tell you guys that racing with Dog Smile is the greatest thing that I did all summer. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. I want to paint a picture for you. I want to put you right there on the boat with us here for a moment, if you will. So the minute that you step aboard the race boat in the Dog Smile program, you feel better. And I can't explain exactly why that is, but there's this sense of calm, just this moment that just comes over you. You look up and you see the beautiful green mountains and you see the sparkling blue water. And we know that it's scientifically proven that those green zones and those blue zones are two of the places that our happy brain likes best. That's where we need to be. So together, working as a team, we hoist the sails and we head out and we go to the start line. And this is where you're going to feel your heart begin to pound just a little bit faster because there's a countdown timer to go time. And there's boats coming at us from the left, from the right. It gets a little chaotic. You can start to feel a little apprehensive and anxious in that moment until you look around and you see the smiling faces of your crewmates. You see their dog smile shining and you look back and there's Captain John at the helm looking calm, cool, and collected as can be. No problem. So off we go down the race course. And I got to tell you that racing is a lot like life because there is definitely some joy to be found on the course, but there is also plenty of adversity. And we have a way of creating that for ourselves sometimes in life or on the race course, don't we? So one kind of adversity that we face out there would be that it's blowing so hard we can barely hang on to the boat. And yet somehow we still have to race. We have to have each other's backs, make sure everybody stays safe and that we keep the boat intact. Now, the opposite problem would be when the wind falters or dies altogether, and maybe we make a tactical mistake and we sail off the course and we sail out of the wind. And to our great heartbreak, we watch all the boats go sailing by us, one after the other, after we've put all this time and effort in. There goes our hard-earned race. And you know, there's that feeling in your gut. I messed up. I did something wrong. But on Dog Smile, it's not that way. There's this real sense of camaraderie. There's a sense of calm. And there's a sense of collaboration on Dog Smile. We are in this together. We're going to fight and claw our way back into the race. And that's a beautiful thing. And at the end of the race, whether it was good, bad, or ugly, and I promise you we have had and will continue to have all those results because that's life and that's boat racing. No matter what, we all say thank you to each other. We all go around the boat and we say, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this experience. Thank you for being here in this moment. And you know, Dog Smilers, there's an amazing tradition. It's a long-standing nautical tradition that if a vessel is in distress, all the other vessels that are in the area divert course, they stop whatever they were doing, and they rush to the aid of that vessel. They hear the signal, they go to their aid. We are obligated as mariners to go to the aid of another vessel. And I want to tell you that for all of you Dog Smilers out there, that is you. You are the rescue boat. You are the boat that's listening out for that signal across the water. You hear a distress signal from another creature, from another human being, Maybe they're in pain and you go to their aid. And that's what we're doing at Dog Smile. That's what we're doing here tonight. From all of us, thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't do it without a single one of you. We're all in the business of kindness here together. Kindness is pretty great, so pass it on. So look, what's going to happen next is we're going to have a little, what we'd call a transition slide is going to show up on your screen. It's going to be a pretty awesome quote, if I remember, from our very own Captain John Totten. And so bask in the glory of that slide. Let a moment or two, a minute or two actually go by. What that's going to give you time to do is go over, get some merchandise, send us a chat. Katie's over there going wild on the chat machine. And do that. And then you're going to watch and you're going to see a video show up. Okay. And that video is going to show us show you about our race program. But what I want you to do is resist the urge, Dog Smilers, to click that video. For if you do, you will be sent to YouTube land and you will be sent away from One Cause. And we want you here. We want you in this, in this room with us. So don't click anywhere on that video. Stay in One Cause. If you get booted out, get back to the One Cause link and enjoy yourself. And I want to tell you one more thing, and that is that we've added some new packages this year that Kate mentioned earlier, and that is Mexico. Mexico is near and dear to my heart. Mexico is where we've spent more time sailing than anywhere else in the world. We love it so much that Rebecca and I came back there and found a little casita of our own. And John and I are working on a program to offer not one, but two amazing trips, one through the Sea of Cortez and one down the Mexico coastline. And it's amazing beyond belief. They're great waters. It's warm weather. It's a nice opportunity to get away when it's the gloomiest around here. And I promise you, you show up, we're going to show you a very good time. Another great thing about going to Mexico, people, is that flights are cheap. Rebecca just found an amazing, I think it was a one-way, but she got somebody into Puerto Vallarta for $200. That's incredible. You can't beat it. Show up, get on the boat. Let's go eat some tacos. Let's go chase some whales around. Let's go have a great trip. So without further ado, please grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, enjoy. Don't click the video, watch the video, and fair winds, sailors. Cappy out.
Sailboat racing has become one of the biggest parts of Dog Smile Adventures. Racing sailboats is very difficult, it's very challenging to be good at, and it's also just a lot of fun. What I love about racing is it gives us task and purpose. It gives us a mission for the day.
Today was probably one of my most in-depth experiences when I was in charge of sailing the main sheet, trimming it and letting it out, and the spinnaker, which was really fun.
When you're pulling on lines and tweaking stuff and seeing real reaction from the action you're putting in, it feels nice, like you're making a difference, you know?
Therapy is different for different people, and for folks that have a competitive streak, folks that thrive on teamwork, the racing program has been amazing.
Our motto is be kind and go fast. And it's in that order. It's very important that we be kind, be nice to each other. And when we run a happy boat, we just get faster.
When you're out there racing, you're always trying to make the boat go a little bit better. You're trying to learn the nuances of sailing, and that's where the gains are made.
It's very goal-oriented, and we're also like a team. It's just nice to improve on yourself and always be thinking about the next thing, how you can be better next time. And
it's like totally trying to find perfection. It can be an adrenaline rush, and kind of takes your mind off anything stressful, so I love it.
Working with the team feels great. You're not afraid to ask questions, and yeah, it just feels like family.
You know, when you go out there and you pull together as a team and you do well, it puts a lift in your step for, you know, for the rest of your life. And the more that the crew does it, the more I see that happening. And I think that this program provides the best opportunity to get good at sailing in this area.
There's room to make mistakes on the Dog Smile race team. Everybody's learning, including myself. Every race we go out there, I get better, and the team gets better.
It's probably like my 4th time sailing in Bayview on Dog Smile. It's a super, super cool experience. One of the coolest things I've ever gotten to do.
You guys did a great job today. That was so much fun.
It was pretty
That's
rad.
like the biggest breeze of the summer, and yeah, all you guys, way to rally.
Yeah, it was a pretty big breeze. I've never been in anything like that. It was a lot to handle at first. Kind of made a few errors, didn't really know what to do, but it ended up being a really awesome day, cruising downwind and then holding onto the rail upwind, so had a lot of fun.
I was trimming spin, so I was up on the side of the boat, and it's pretty fun, pretty gusty, but you know, it's kind of fun to get out there, and whenever it's pushing your limits pretty far, it's fun to find where your limits are.
I couldn't be more proud. It's just, it's what it's all about, really. Get out there in some big wind and to see the team have the confidence to hold it together and do their jobs and sail the boat under control. That's it. That's what we've been working on all summer.
Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us this evening. Some great packages. That Mexico trip sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, so definitely go over there and check it out. I can't imagine anything cooler than sailing the Pacific with Captain Kilmer and Totten over there, so definitely worth taking a look at that. I'm Charlie Miller. I'm a recent member of the board here to join, and I'm honored to be on this organization and serve with these great folks. What I'd like to talk to you guys tonight about is the Veterans Racing Program. It's one of those programs that's exciting. It's grown exponentially. The first year, I think we had two veterans join us, and this year we were fortunate enough to have 22 participate. So quite significant growth in that realm. We hope to continue to expand that that program as time goes along, as we engage more veteran services and word spreads, and you can help us with that. If you're a veteran out there, or you know of one that's interested, there's no experience required. You'll learn as you go, and it'll be one of the best things you can try. So to that end too, speaking of these sweet race jerseys, if you go on the merch store and spend $100, you'll get one of these sweet ones. No guarantee your name will end up on the abdomen of the shirt, but at least you'll get to support Dog Smile and have a great shirt as a result of it. So somebody that's been instrumental in the Veterans Racing Program is Brian Hilland, and he's our local liaison and a veteran himself. In this next video that we queue up, we'll get to find out a little bit more about Brian and our sailing program. So enjoy.
We've had a lot of success in our first season and a half with Dog Smile Adventures. We've been able to partner with some really great local organizations to provide therapeutic sailing to a variety of folks in our area. We've got our veteran sailing program going this season, which is one of my favorite parts of the program. This is a population that is near and dear to my heart, as I've got a lot of friends and family members who are veterans, and I want to do something for that group. And what we've done is created a veteran sailing team. So every Thursday night up in Sandpoint, we go race boats, and it's all veterans and different experience levels and different backgrounds, different branches of the service. We all get together and we all have a great time racing sailboats on Thursday nights up in Sandpoint.
My name is Brian David Hilland. I was in the Marine Corps from 2009 to 2015. I served as a motor vehicle operator in an artillery battery right in Spokane. Well, I guess back in the day when I was in the Marine Corps, it was a high-intensity occupation. And then for that, you know, I think a lot of vets, when they get out, they look for these outlets that are going to help them out. They're just looking for a way to channel their excitement, energy, right? So therapeutic sailing is just one great way you can do it. Honestly, it just teaches you a skill. You have to be kind of tactful at it. You can't just be lazy on the ship. You actually have to work quite a bit. You know, working as a team, that's something that every veteran can kind of assimilate with, but yeah, on a boat, you have to make sure it works 100%. You have to communicate, you have to be loud, you have to move around. You kind of have to know what you're doing, and honestly, it's very exciting for me. I just want to welcome people to come on down, and you know, we say therapeutic sailing, but honestly, it's just therapy within itself. It's like skiing or it's like snowmobiling. It's like anything else. It's that same kind of therapy.
Well, we had a great day on the race course today. The teamwork and camaraderie that develops when we're out there racing boats is a little more enhanced than just going out for a sail. And while competition doesn't work for every group, it really works for some groups. Specifically, we've found that our veteran population is really responding really well to the competition element of sailboat racing. And it's a lot of fun. We aren't super competitive. We definitely try to win, but it's a place where it's okay to make mistakes and learn.
The team dynamic is definitely the number one thing about it. Just having people that are interested in the same thing and as motivated as you are, and being able to compete with them is a pretty amazing thing. Sailing with Dog Smile Adventures would be good for anybody, especially veterans that are dealing with any kind of issues that stem from their military service. Most veterans are pretty competitive, so being able to get on the water and race and be competitive, it's definitely helped me out.
Everybody is fighting a great battle that you can't see and most of us know nothing about. But therapeutic sailing gives people a chance to get out on a boat, away from their regular everyday life, and see that battle in a new light.
I see myself coming down every Thursday, and it's fascinating to have something, a new drive in your life and a new goal and motivation. And well, I want to really thank that the Dog Smile program is available, especially for veterans like me. Sometimes people get out and their heart rate gets a little low and they just kind of lose what they need to do. And if that sounds like you should come on down to Thursdays and get on the sailing program.
Good evening. My name is Barb Perouse. I'm a local therapist here in Sandpoint. And I'm also on the board, a new board member for Dog Smile Adventure. Between the love of sailing and what I do, it's a perfect combination. And hopefully to get my clients out on the boat and offer opportunities for those that can't experience or haven't been able to experience the joy of sailing. The joy of sailing has been my greatest teacher for living in the moment. And I think working in mental health, that's one of the greatest things we try to do is stay in the moment, not go too forward or too backward. So having this opportunity with Dog Smile is just an incredible gift. Seeing the people, talking to people who have been on the boat, especially with PTSD, and just experiencing peace and calm, sometimes for the first time in their life. So I want to continue to support John and Dog Smile in this adventure so we can keep providing these opportunities. And I hope you will continue bidding until 7:30 sharp. There's some beautiful Mexico trips out there, especially that are still up for grabs. And sailing in Mexico is pretty special too. We're going to be talking about the partnerships that Dog Smile has created and in the next video. The partnerships are the meat, the bones of our program. This is what we're all about. It's that therapeutic piece, what we want to bring to the community. We also want, if anyone's out there that has more, works in a field or has more opportunity, we have lots of room for partnerships, and we'd love to get everyone out on the boat. So continue bidding until about 7:30, and thanks so much for all that's come in so far, and have a good night.
Ashamed, think something new under the sun. You can't take back them things you already done. No. You blame things that you do on somebody else. No. But they all see is you need help. Oh, but still you try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You waste all of your time covering up your tracks. Spend all your days running away. Now you gotta watch your back, and that's the facts. You spend so much of your life scheming and trying to get over. Got you wondering why you come around. All you get is cold shoulder. Yeah, you try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You try so hard. Yeah. You try so hard. You try so hard. Yeah. You try so hard. Give me, can't run away, baby.
All right, we're back. We're live. Correct? Okay. So we're doing a little Q&A at this point. Anyone who has any questions about Dog Smile, the program, or whatever, please fire them into the chat room, and I'll answer them as we go here. While we're waiting on a couple more questions to roll in, I just want to remind everybody the bidding on the auction is happening. It's rolling over there, which is exciting. Um, we've got Mexico, we've got the San Juan Islands, we've got luxury sailing on Lake Coeur d'Alene with Captain Kilmer on the Sizzler. We've got a sunset sail up in Hope on Cloud 9. We've got the surf and stay on Lake Coeur d'Alene. There's a lot of stuff happening there. And don't forget to grab a jersey. Looks like we're not out of shirts yet. So please do that, and keep us rolling here. Okay, so I'm ready for a question.
John, someone's asking about the name, Dog
Right.
Smile Adventures. Not everybody knows that.
Okay, so question is about the name Dog Smile. The Dog Smile has been with me my whole life. I grew up on a farm in Wisconsin. We had a little dog named Pepper, and Pepper used to smile. She'd come out and show all her teeth and wag her tail. And I always thought the dog was going to bite me. And I remember very vividly my dad pulling me aside and saying, "No, she's just really happy to see you." And that imprinted on me. And so I started making the face. I used to show all my teeth and wag my tail anytime I felt really good. And there's lots of family pictures and stuff. And they started calling me Dog Smile. And there's Totten with his big dog smile in pictures. And so it's been with me the whole time. And really, when I think about what we're doing here, that's what we want. We want people to smile like a dog. We want you to feel that good that you show all your teeth and you wag your tail and you don't care what you look like because you're just having a great time. So that's where the dog smile comes from.
John, we've got another question from Kevin, and he's asking, when is Dog Smile going to cross the Pacific?
Oh man. So Dog Smile crossing the Pacific Ocean. I'll tell you what, this is definitely on our list. As the Dog Smile program grows, I think the race team is definitely going to head coastal soon. We're going to be participating in the Race to Alaska in June. If anyone's familiar with that, we're going to be racing from Port Townsend, Washington, up to Ketchikan, Alaska, in Race to Alaska here in June. And I think that from there, the Dog Smile program, the sky's the limit. I really hope that I could take a kid from Sandpoint and teach him to sail, teach him the basics here on Lake Coeur d'Alene, get him in the race team, and a few years later cross an ocean with him. That's a dream of mine for the program, for sure.
Yeah, John, Tim is asking, what are the best parts of sailing the Sea of Cortez?
Oh man, thanks, Tim. Yeah, the Sea of Cortez is one of the most incredible places I've ever been on a sailboat. It has this amazing, I guess, interface between a sea, an ocean that has more sea life than anywhere on the planet. It's incredibly loaded with plankton, which brings the fish and the whales and everything else. And then when you step on shore, you're in a Sonoran desert, hot, dry, arid environment. And it's just crazy to experience both of those things at the same time. And so in one moment, we can be diving in the water and swimming with some of the most amazing sea life that exists on planet Earth, and then take a walk on amongst the saguaro cactus and be in this hot desert environment. It's an incredible place. It's the beauty, the breeze, all of it. The Sea of Cortez is an amazing place. It's one of the coolest places I've ever been on a boat.
Awesome. Paul is asking us, have you full on tipped over the J105 on the lake yet?
Well, full on tipped over is probably a stretch. We so if those of you who don't know or maybe aren't sailors, when you tip a sailboat on its side and the mast touches the water, that's called a broach, and that's definitely not the goal. When we're out there, that's a pretty serious wipeout, and usually requires some big breeze and some sort of mistake by yours truly and possibly the crew and all that together. And so the answer is yes. We broached the Dog Smile for the first time on Lake Pend Oreille this summer, actually during a photo shoot for one of the videos that you guys already watched. We were out there. It was blowing probably 25. It was pretty windy, and we went out and we put the spinnaker up in a confined space, which was a mistake. We were caught between the Navy barge in Bayview and the shoreline, and I didn't have room to turn the boat downwind, and we tipped over. And there was water in the cockpit, and everyone was hanging on. Luckily, my race crew just they did such a good job that day. It was one of my favorite days of the summer because even though it shook up the team a little bit, nobody lost their cool. Everybody hung in there. Nobody raised their voice, which is really important to me when we're out racing the dog smile. Everyone hung in. We did what we needed to do. We got back underneath the sails, and we had the chute back up and going in minutes. But yeah, we wiped it out pretty good. It happens.
Hey, John, a couple of folks are asking us about highlights for you. Highlights of the summer season.
Yeah, wow. Highlights of the seasons. This season, there's been so many. I think I would start at the beginning with um, I had sailing lessons in April and May this year with some really hardy souls. It was cold this spring, and we were out there, and there was snow still on the mountain peaks around Bayview. That was a highlight for me to get out there in that weather. Um, Moving into that, from the sailboat race team, from the race team, a highlight for me was we traveled to Montana this year. We took Dog Smile race team on the road for the first time. So we hauled Pepper, one of our Capri 25s, over to the North Flathead Yacht Club and participated in the Montana Cup Sailing Regatta. And we were fiercely competitive. We battled it out with a J22 over there that edged us out by one race, but we had such an awesome experience. It was really cool to see the North Flathead Yacht Club embrace the Dog Smile program, and the Commodore Ashley brought us up in front of everyone, and that was really neat to take the boat on the road and take the team over there and race. And then I would say another highlight though this year was that we added another boat to the program. So now we have two Capri 25s, and that third boat's name is Rhythm. And we named that boat Rhythm after a pretty serious event that we had out on the lake. Our good mate, Al Reuter, had a cardiac emergency on that boat the first day we were on it, and he lived, and it was awesome. It was a really intense day out on the lake, and we were debating on whether we should change the name or what the new name of the boat would be, and it became clear after that moment that that boat would be called Rhythm because Al's heart's back in rhythm, and he's still out there sailing with us, and we're chasing him around the lake. So those have been some highlights for sure.
Another great question. Have you had been able to have any physically handicapped folks come onto the boat and sail with you?
Yeah. So those with physical disabilities that's a challenge for us as we're developing in adaptive sailing and figuring out, what sort of equipment that we need to get people on and off the boats and to be on the boat safely. Um, so the answer is yes. We had our first amputee on the boat. We had a veteran who is an amputee that came down and sailed with us. And then we had a young lady and I don't know exactly what it's called, and so I'm not going to try, but she was on crutches, and her lower body mobility was really limited. And she was such a trooper. We got her down to the boat, and all four of us pitched in and got her on board, and she sat on the boat. And that experience was a big deal because this is someone who didn't think that she would ever be able to go on a boat because didn't feel like it was going to be safe, and we did it very safely and with great success. Something that I'd like to purchase with all this donations and auction money that's happening right now is we want to figure out a lifting system in order to move someone from a wheelchair on the dock onto the boats. And we're looking at a couple of different setups right now. Also having conversations with the city of Sandpoint about maybe some equipment being installed at the marina here in town. So there's a few different irons in the fire there, but the adaptive sailing piece is definitely developing, and it started to happen this year.
And Brian's asking, what's the longest stretch that you've sailed on the open ocean, and what was that like?
My longest sail out to sea was, I I think 11 days is the longest crossing that I've done. We were sailing with some folks who I think are tuned in right now on a cool catamaran named OV that we sailed from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, down to St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. And if anyone knows those waters, that's upwind. And so that was a long trip. It took us 11 days, and that's about 1,200 miles, I think, was the total crossing. And so 11 days, all day, all night. And if any of you have ever done this before, but I imagine a lot of you haven't, when you're sailing for multiple days, the sailing never stops. It's going. So someone has to be out sailing the boat all the time. And so we had a crew of 5 on that crossing, which was awesome. So we had people up all day, all night, taking turns in shifts, eating food and working on the boat and navigating and making it happen. But offshore sailing is one of my favorite things to do because it doesn't stop. It's this long kind of continuous motion, but also it's one of the best things about sailing is like Barb mentioned, it puts us in the moment and we stay in the moment for multiple days. It's that duration, I think, that really makes those offshore passages something special. Okay, well, hey, thanks for all the questions. If you have more, you can fire them into the chat. We've got one more slide with some of our season highlights and things on it, and then we'll be back here to finish up. All right. Well, this is it, everybody. This is the end of the show. I just want to, we'll take a few more minutes. We have like 8 minutes left to bid on auction items. Looks like there's some bids on the Mexico trips and some of the other stuff. And so please check that. Please keep that going. You have to have a few more minutes. So check those bids. There's still some jerseys for sale. So if you're looking to join the team and have a shirt, make that happen. Remember, if your size ran out, it's okay. Just make $100 donation and send me a note and I'll make sure you get a shirt. So don't worry about that. And thank you very much for being a part of it. I guess with these last few minutes, I just want to share about probably what I would say is my favorite part about the whole deal right now. And it's been our partnership with the program called Specialized Needs Recreation down in Coeur d'Alene. Specialized Needs Recreation provides recreation opportunities for families in our area with members who have special needs. And so these are people that are of all ages that have some sort of mental or physical challenge that they're dealing with. And in the first season, we had the staff came out a couple times, and we had one group come out sailing. And I'm super proud that this season, the Specialized Needs Recreation group came sailing with me 10 times. We were out so much, and these are just the best days on the water. It's really hard for me to describe what it's like to be out on a boat with 5 autistic children on it, and to see those guys just come alive and just love the boat. They love the boat so much, and steering the boat and moving around and pulling lines and just being a part of it and seeing the smiles on faces. I saw young people jumping up and down like with excitement this year. I saw with the adult group, the adult summer camp group that came up, these guys were telling stories about the boats they'd been on as kids and adventures they'd had and bonding with the group. And it was it's been so amazing. At one point I had one of the moms told me, she said, "John, your boat is magic." And she said, "I've never seen my son do that or act that way before." And I asked her, I said, "What do you think it is about the sailboat that made that happen?" And she said, she's like, 2 things. She said, it's the fact that it's quiet. She says he's very sensitive to sound and noise and everything. And she's like, the fact that there's motion and quiet at the same time But then she also said, she's like, it's just the vibe, that he was welcome there and that everyone was welcome on the boat. And that means a lot to me. That's the whole point of this, is that dog smiles for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, or you've served our country or you haven't. There's a place in this program for anybody who wants to come out and sail and feel a little better. It Yeah, those were such a highlight. Now I have to show. I've got these thank you cards from the special needs recreation group. Um, I mean, just look at these things. This is so awesome. Like, I have no idea if you can see it, but I think you can. Yeah, so they gave me these huge thank you cards, and they've been in the boat all year. And I actually had to go get them because we winterized the Dog Smile, and I had the left. But this one is my favorite. Not that I anything against the other group, but the fact that they drew the boat, okay, and even had the sail numbers on there. Like, this is just so cool. I just want to say thank you so much to uh, to Lindsay and the whole crew at Specialized Needs Recreation for all the work that they put in, hauling everybody up there every week and partnering with me to make that happen. It's just been an absolute joy to work with that group, and the partnerships are just really what's making this happen, because when I can reach out to programs that target a specific population, so if I, such as specialized needs recreation, then I don't have to find those individuals. I just get an email from that crew and they say, hey John, we've got 6 for Tuesday, we'll see you then. And that's been so great for us to increase the frequency and just get more people on the boat at a time. It's the same thing with some of the veteran service program providers, and the new things that we're working on this year. So that's what the next thing I guess I want to talk about as we're finishing up. Oh, 3 minutes left, everybody. 3 minutes left. Check those bids. Mexico, Lake Coeur d'Alene, Bayview Float House, Hope. We got a lot of stuff going on. So 3 minutes to check those bids. Keep them rolling. Thank you so much. Wow, we're watching the thermometer roll here. This is exciting. So looking ahead to season 3. I'll tell you, I sent out an email when we first started this that described the program as like an annual plant. There's an annual plant that if you're an annual, you're born and you die every year. And I feel like that's what the Dog Smile program is right now. Uh, we're planting seeds right now for next season. We're gonna grow. We're gonna do this again, and keep it rolling. And we spent every penny. Like, we literally came into tonight with a few dollars left in the checking account. We made it happen on what we had, and now we're planting the seeds to do this again next year. I hope that in the future that we can build an endowment and have some reserves and maybe become more like a perennial plant. But right now, the reality is that we're a full-on annual, man. We're starting from a seed every season, and I just want to thank you for just bearing with my metaphor there. But it's like it just hit me. I was like, yeah, we're really kind of like an annual, aren't we? Okay, how much time left on the auction? Sorry, we have 1 minute left, everybody. One minute on the auction. So last chance to bid there. While you're doing that, I just want to say thank you again to everyone that tuned in tonight and everyone that's made this thing happen. I have to thank all the volunteers, especially everybody that's in this room, my incredible board of directors and volunteer captains, and my media and technology team, everyone that's been here tonight supporting me on this crazy idea that I had while we were quarantined in St. John in March of 2020. And I decided that it was time to give away sailing. I mean, this has been quite the tour ever since. So it's really just been outstanding. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this. It's been amazing. Okay, the auction's counting down, and that's it. All right. Okay, the bidding is closed. Thank you so much for everyone. The winning bids are coming up. You'll see those on the screen, and you'll definitely hear from me. Yeah, just to close it out, I keep saying thank you, but it's really all that I can think of right now. It's just I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to all of you for supporting me on this ride. It's been amazing. Sailboats make people feel better. That's it. They make me feel better every time I get on one, and I just want to give that away. And so, thank you so much. If you bought a boat ride or made a donation, or just for tuning in, if you ever came sailing with me, whatever, everybody is a part of this, and you all matter, and I love you so much. So, thank you, and good night. That's it.